So everybody, welcome to this evening's Nature's Toolkit webinar. I'm very excited to talk about a subject I'm extremely passionate about and jump in to educate and empower and hopefully inspire you on everything doTERRA. These oils are incredibly dear to me and are incredibly powerful. So I do hope that you will enjoy what we go through this evening. But before I get started, I wanted to introduce you to myself. So for anybody that doesn't know me, my name is Emily Mascarenas. I am a doTERRA Blue Diamond leader, and I am also a mum of 3 gorgeous boys. So there are my lovely boys, Frankie, Mickey and Ziggy. So a little while ago, probably about a year ago, and that's myself and my husband Tim in our gorgeous bushy park with our lovely dog Dot. We spend a lot of our lives in this park, in the nature, and I'm very grateful for that. But this is truly the way that we want to live our lives, being as natural as possible. And this is definitely where it all began for me. So my page is blooming and glowing, as you can see down there at the bottom. And this all started really back 8 years ago when I became a mother for the first time. I had this incredible, powerful, a burning desire to want to look after my babies, my eldest son Frankie, and to protect him from the world in the best way that I could and in a way that I truly believed. So along that journey of learning, I learned a lot about different alternative, more natural solutions. I was very intentional about not wanting to use too many chemicals or harsh products on them or expose them to anything that could damage their health. And I learned a lot on this journey of research about some of the things that we would tend to use every day and not question. And I realized that this is not always the best thing for us, and certainly not for our babies and for our children. So along that journey of learning, I came across lots of different types of alternative therapies and treatments and solutions. And of course, essential oils were one of those, but I didn't truly understand them. I just thought they were a nice smell in the bath, on the pillow. And it was only when I picked up a little mini booklet to just sort of learn a little bit more that I was blown away by how many different minor ailments and even more major illnesses could be addressed by using essential oils, and not just one essential oils. It would give you several different solutions for that issue. And that got me very excited because I thought, wow, this means that there's a way, a natural way that I can look after my children that's going to support them and let their bodies do what they need to do to be well. And that's what it's all about with doTERRA. It's about helping the body to truly be well from the inside out and to be able to heal itself. And we're very lucky, of course, in this country we do have the NHS, and that, of course, does save lives. But it's wonderful not to always have to go there. It's wonderful not to always have to reach for those more harsh alternatives that aren't necessarily good for our bodies. And of course, nature is a powerful healing tool in itself. And what comes from nature is pure. It often doesn't have side effects, and it's not addictive in the same way that other medications can be. So I got very, very excited when I first started learning about the oils and all the things that they could do. And now fast forward on 8 years down the road, I discovered doTERRA 3 years ago. As soon as I took the lids off these bottles, I was blown away by the difference in these oils to other oils that I had tried in the past. It was almost like you could smell the difference, and you didn't need to be an expert to be able to do so. So when I took them home and we started to try them out to see if they really worked, we were just so excited by the results that we were having. And then, of course, it's human nature, isn't it, that when you find something that you love and you believe in, you want to help other people. And everybody's got something going on, let's face it, something physical or something emotional to address. And I couldn't help but say, oh, I think there might be an oil for that. And then I'd look it up in my book, and there usually was. And now I've been involved with doTERRA for about 2.5 years. And over that time, I have seen so many people really powerfully address their health and their wellness through these beautiful oils. I'm incredibly grateful for them in our lives. I'm incredibly grateful for what I've seen them do with other people's lives. They are a blessing that has been provided to us from nature. So the purpose of my classes is to educate you and to empower you, hopefully to inspire you to want to try more natural solutions in your lives and to understand the oils, how they work, how you can use them. And should you wish to bring these beautiful solutions into your home, I can help you with that too. So let's jump in. Okay, I'm going to tell you 3 amazing things about doTERRA essential oils. They're 100% pure and natural. Nothing added in, nothing taken away, just as nature intended. They're a wonderful alternative or complement to the medicine cabinet, and they're a fantastic cost-effective solution as well. And I'm going to go into these 3 points in a bit more detail now, okay? So let's talk about the fact that they're 100% pure and natural. And this is a really key point here, because you can go into your local health food shop and you can buy a bottle of essential oil over the counter and you can think that you've got something really natural and safe and pure. Unfortunately, there is no government regulation of this industry. So what you think you are getting is in most cases not what you are truly getting. And they can actually say whatever they like. They can say on the bottle that the oil is pure. They can say that it's organic. In reality, it could contain very little, if anything, of the oil that it says it is. And that is shocking, because you see, the way that essential oils work is they get into the body, into the blood system, and they work synergistically with the whole body. So you really do want to be using a pure oil, because if it's not, if it contains contaminants or pesticides or adulterations, you don't want those going into your cells or into the cells of your children or your babies. That kind of is the opposite of what you're trying to achieve, right? So you really do want to look for a 100% pure grade oil. And unfortunately, that's very, very hard to find. Now, what an essential oil actually is, it's the immune system of the plant. So you can see me here. I'm in Bulgaria actually on a doTERRA incentive trip that I won, or I earned a couple of years ago. That was with baby Ziggy. He was only 3 months old at the time. And we had this amazing trip to Bulgaria and got to visit this beautiful lavender field, and the energy was just so powerful there. As soon as we all got back in the bus, we all fell asleep. But what you can see there is the lavender, the immune system of the lavender, which is what an essential oil actually is. It's the plant's immune system, is found within the little purple flower buds at the top of the lavender, and then there's like a little sac inside it, and that is how the plant protects itself. And essential oils come from different parts of plants depending which plant we're talking about. So it can come from the flowers, from the roots, from the stem, from the bark, from the seeds even. And it's the plant's defense mechanism, okay? And it's usually extracted by either steam, distillation, or cold pressing with the citrus oils. But most essential oils are not pure. This is the problem. And even some of the good brands that you will recognize, they may contain more than some other oils, but they still are probably not 100% pure. And this is the doTERRA difference, and it's a big difference, okay? So yeah, I've covered this. What an essential oil actually is the natural aromatic compounds found in plants. You can create the essential oil from steam distillation or cold pressed extraction. They're very powerful. Essential oils are 50 to 70 times stronger than herbs, okay? So if you're trying to compare using essential oils as natural medicine in comparison to herbal medicine, it's much more powerful and much more potent. But this is amazing, because it means that sometimes all you need is one drop for that head tension or digestive discomfort. One drop of that peppermint oil that you can see there is equivalent to around 28 cups of peppermint tea. So really powerful stuff. And we do need to respect them as well, which is why with doTERRA, we really focus on education and on encouraging people to use the oils safely so they can really truly experience their amazing benefits. So yeah, why do we choose doTERRA? Because all of their oils are what's called CPTG. And this is doTERRA's own brand standard. It stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, okay? And this is because, as I explained, there's no government regulation that regulates what has to go into that bottle. So doTERRA created their own. Their testing is way beyond what other companies can and will do. They're the biggest essential oil company in the world, and this is for a reason, okay? It was always their business model to create a transparency across the board so you could truly trust their oils. And they've even created something now where you can look on the bottom of each bottle, and there's a lot number here. And if you type that into a website that I'm going to show you in a minute, it will bring up the gas chromatography mass spectroscopy CPTG testing. Okay, that's the purity testing in layman's terms. But you know, no other company is going to these same levels. And yeah, this is why they are different. So certified pure therapeutic grade across the board. The other big difference with the way that doTERRA create their oils is the sourcing model that they use. So it doesn't take much common sense to know that an essential oil that is taken from a plant that grows in its natural indigenous habitat, as opposed to a plant that is grown in a greenhouse or farmed, the immune system of that plant is going to be very different. You know, when we're talking chemistry, a lavender plant that has to grow up at altitude on the French Alps is going to be very different than one that grows on your windowsill. Okay, so doTERRA are very, very thorough with the area and the location that they choose to source their oils from. Their oils come from all over the world, okay, where the plant grows naturally, healthily, happily. And this is why they smell so different when you take the lid off that bottle. This is why they are alive and vibrant. And when I first smelt them, it was like they spoke to me. Sounds silly, but it's true. So you have frankincense from Oman and Somalia. You have lemons from Sicily. You have lavender from the French Alps and Bulgaria. And this is called co-impact sourcing. So this is part of the CPTG model. Okay, so you have the purity, but you also have the potency, which means they're safe, but also these oils work, and you only have to try them to realize that. But the other great thing that happens here because of this sourcing model is we are working with communities all over the world and lifting them up and raising them and helping them to have sustainable income and work to be able to provide for their families. And this was always doTERRA's business model, to be able to help developing countries economically. It's such a clever business model. So because all of our oils are sourced from all over the world, over 40 different countries, well, over 25 of these countries are considered developing countries. So then doTERRA is going in there, working with these communities, working with the people who are actually the true artisans and experts on these oils, and these plants are growing in the right conditions, but we're then able to pay them more, give them long-lasting contracts, and help them to be able to be financially supporting their own lives. In some cases, we're able to help them to become their own landowners when they weren't before, pay them more money than they've ever been able to earn before, and also doing things like giving them facilities that they need, so providing them with much nicer, much more effective, beautiful distilleries. Also in villages where they have really bad living facilities, we're helping provide them with things like water. There's a picture I'll come to in a minute where you will see some of the founders in Haiti, where they source an oil called vetiver, which is a beautiful root and and it's a powerful sedative oil for sleep. But when the founders went to visit this community of people, they were shocked to see that they still didn't even have any running water. So doTERRA created water for the village. They built a well. They built a well for the school. They're doing things like this all over the world, building hospitals, building schools. My husband, he just returned back from Uganda just 2 weeks ago, and we built a shelter for the people with polio and leprosy. We raised $10,000 ourselves as wellness advocates with doTERRA, and doTERRA matched that. So we raised $20,000 to do this work for these people that really needed it. doTERRA also provided us with over $2,000 worth of oils to take out there, to leave with the people, to train the nurses to use. So what we have here is much more than a company. It's more like a cause, and they're doing this all over the world. Okay, so if you're interested in this side of things and learning a little bit more about what we're doing as a company, you want to look up this website, Source to You, which you can see at the top there, because you can learn a bit more about the sourcing model and how doTERRA source the oils, but also you can see some of the work that we're doing. And we are a global botanical network, bringing health and healing to all over the world. And so I am incredibly passionate about this side of things. I'm incredibly passionate to teach my boys about this, to try and encourage them to lead purposeful, good lives and to help and to serve other people. So this is the Healing Hands Foundation. This is the picture I told you about, top left, with the founders in Haiti. And then you can see top right, doTERRA did an incredible amount of work following the big earthquakes in Nepal. So after natural disasters, doTERRA will go in. They built a lot of the homes. They built the only 2 earthquake resistant schools in Nepal. And then we will partner with other separate organizations, such as Days for Girls, which is teaching young women to be proud of their bodies, and that when they have that time of the month, they don't have to go into hiding and take time off school. And Days for Girls teaches women and young girls about how to look after themselves safely and naturally. It provides them with reusable sanitary equipment, so they have these kits that they can wash and reuse, as opposed to just having to use ripped up pieces of their mother's sarongs. There was a lovely video I watched recently where they were tearing down these huts that the girls used to have to go and sit in at the time of the month and have to sit on cardboard. And because they're learning so much from the work that Days for Girls are doing, the girls were all ripping these horrible huts down and finding themselves as women. So powerful stuff. So we support them a lot. I think Days for Girls has helped. It's something. I think it's something like 1 million girls have been helped worldwide. Something crazy like that. So Hope Oil on the right is an oil that we created to support an organisation called Operation Underground Railroad. And when I talk about this, it just fills my heart with passion and love, but also it reminds me that there are so many children in this day and age still caught up in sex trafficking. And this organisation is an incredible organisation that rescues children and teenagers that are caught up in this, but also rehabilitates them afterwards, after what they've been through. And doTERRA created this oil called Hope to get out to the children and teenagers that are caught up in this stuff. And when they would peel back the label, it would tell them where to go to get help. But also 100% of the profits from this oil and from another product, the Rose hand lotion, 100% goes to the Healing Hands Foundation. And we're doing wonderful, wonderful work all over the world. So I needed to just touch on that, just to try and explain briefly the incredible work doTERRA are doing. Okay, so the second point that I wanted to talk about is the fact that these oils are a fantastic alternative or complement to the medicine cabinet. And doTERRA is a science-based company. We're led by scientists, by chemists, by physicians. We have a big medical panel. And even within my team, I have one of the fastest growing teams in Europe. I have an amazing community of different types of person. I have more medical people. I have doctors, GPs, nurses, clinical pharmacologists that I work with, and then I have healers and yoga teachers, and then lots of people just like me. I'm just a mum with a passion, and what these oils bring to everybody is the fact that you can use them as an alternative to or alongside standard medicine. It's not like it has to be one or the other. And what these oils can do is actually support the body against perhaps some of the side effects from standard medication. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about why this is such an exciting way to look after your health when it comes to the science and the physiology of the body. And how the oils work synergistically. And that is because when we are unwell and we go to the doctor, in most cases, we are suffering from a virus, and viruses live within cells. And standard Western medicine is water-based. Okay, cells are fat-based. So water-based medication cannot pass through cells and cannot kill viruses. So when we go to the doctors and we have a virus, they tell us to go home and to rest and to get some sleep. They can, if we have a bacterial infection, give us antibiotics, of course. But unfortunately, what we're seeing these days is the overuse of antibiotics. And then we're seeing antibiotic-resistant bacteria and superbugs. And not only that, obviously antibiotics are not good to be taking all the time because they really diminish our good gut flora, which is our immune system. So essential oils are exciting because essential oils have tiny, fine compounds, very, very small molecules, and they are fat-based. So essential oils have been researched to be able to cross the cell wall, penetrate through into cells, and kill viruses. And not only that, they can, of course, kill bacteria as well. And there are many, many studies on this. As I said before, doTERRA is a science-based company. This is not snake oil or witchcraft. There is a lot of scientific evidence-based research. Look on the doTERRA science blog, or you can go on to PubMed, which is a separate scientific journal. Just type in essential oils and you will have lots and lots of articles and research come your way. And this is exciting, but it's nothing new. People have used essential oils since the beginning of time. It's just we've seen less interest more recently with the introduction of the pharmaceuticals, but now people are asking questions. People are becoming awakened to the fact that we want to be using less chemicals. We're seeing a lot more chronic disease and a lot more of certain types of disease. And people are asking questions why. And so if you can eliminate having to use chemicals and toxins unless you really need to, this is a great choice, right? Why would you not? And this is where essential oils come in. And this is why we're seeing a surge again these days, because people are waking up. And it's really easy to use them, as easy as knowing your A to Z. If you can read your A to Z, you can use oils. As a community, as a team, if you were to come on board with us and join our network, we give you so much support. We will be providing you with lots of useful resources and guidance. There's some great books that we suggest and some apps you can get on your phone as well. So it really is the beginning of a beautiful journey. It's not just about getting the oils and having them in your home. It's about continued learning and amazement and joy that these oils bring. And the third thing was that they are a very cost-effective natural solution as well. And that is because price per drop, if you only need one drop, that can in most cases be cheaper than an alternative type of medicine. So that one drop of peppermint oil for your head tension or for your digestive discomfort will cost you around 9p, 10p, whereas an alternative pill will probably be costing you around about double. Okay, so actually if money is an issue to you, then my response to that is you probably need these oils even more, because health is wealth, and if we don't have health, we have nothing else. So it doesn't matter how many nice pairs of handbags or shoes or meals out we have, if we don't have our health, we can't enjoy those things in life. We can't make the most out of our lives. And if we're constantly getting ill all the time, or our children are getting ill, that's going to cost us more money anyway with the time that we have to have off work. to look after ourselves, to get better, or to look after our children. In fact, that one drop of peppermint oil will probably cost you less than it will cost you to drive your car to the doctor's surgery in petrol. So for me, what I would always say to people is, if money is an issue, then you definitely need these oils in your lives even more, because they go a long way. Okay, I'm going to show you something now. For any of you that have oils already, this is something that I like to do. It's a great first experience of them. It's incredibly powerful. And within our tribe, our blooming and glowing community, we call it the WOP. It's the wild orange and peppermint experience, if you wanted to know what that is. So I have both these oils here with me. I have lots of oils in the caravan. It's hard not to what to not bring, to be honest. So I just bring them all. So wild orange is sourced from the Dominican Republic. All the citrus oils are very uplifting and energizing. It's a great support for the immune system. Fantastic, added to things like natural yogurt, fizzy waters, salad dressings, things like that. It's from the rind of the fruit. Great for low mood or sort of seasonal affective disorder, that sort of thing. Peppermint is a stimulant, so very uplifting and energizing. Not great to do straight before bed because it will probably keep you awake. So what we do with this experience, I'm just going to show you. If you have oils with you, you can do this yourselves. So what we do is we put a drop of wild orange into one hand and smell it separately first, so you can experience the smell on its own, and then a drop of peppermint into your other hand. I can't do it because I'm holding it, so I'll put it in the same hand. And then obviously smell that one separately as well. Rub your hands together. Now cup your hands, close your eyes because it is very powerful, and just breathe deep. And I like to breathe through my mouth too. And what I encourage people to do is to actually really enjoy that moment of taking really deep breaths in and out, because it's something that we don't do enough in our busy lives. We're always running around from thing to thing. We often forget to breathe. It's really important. It keeps us alive. But also the wild orange and peppermint together just open your airways. They fill you with energy. They make you smile straight away when you use them. I love seeing people's reactions to that experience, because you can see how these oils are so powerful. They just change people's moods instantly. And then what I like to do is say, apply some to the back of your neck. And in a couple of minutes time, you'll feel either very cooling or very warming sensation. The oils work with the body. They do what they need to do. And so they'll be giving you a nice penetrating massage. And so that's the WOP. I like to do that most mornings. I like to have that in my little mini key ring. If I'm driving in the car, I often get a bit tired when I'm driving, because I don't tend to stop. I'm a busy mum, rushing from thing to thing. So sometimes when I'm driving, I can feel a little bit tired. So that will really wake me up. On the base of the shower is really nice as well. I have heard this referred to before as a nosegasm, which I think is great. So yes, there's your nosegasm, your daily nosegasm. Okay, so there's 3 ways that you can use the doTERRA oils. The first is aromatically, the second is topically, and the third is internally. So I'm just going to go into this a little bit more in detail. Aromatically means you need to inhale it, you need to smell it, okay? And the science behind this is that this is obviously very proven and very researched. When you inhale an aroma, it travels up your nose to the olfactory system at the back of your nose, which then sends direct messages to the limbic part of your brain, which is where your emotions lie. And that's why when I see people doing the WOP and see their mood instantly changing, see their faces automatically start to smile and relax, that's what's happening here. We are triggering the chemistry within the brain. And this is why you can use these oils powerfully to support your mood. And all of us, we're all human, right? We all sometimes slip into negative habits emotionally and mood, and we can get frustrated, we can get grumpy or angry. what we can do is retrain our brains so that when we smell something or smell a different aroma, we're rewiring the chemistry and retraining our habits. So we associate them with a happy feeling or a happy thought, a little bit like NLP. So it's like anchoring, it's taking you to a happier emotional place. And all of the oils have their own emotional qualities. Now, when I started using the oils, I began because I wanted to look after the children's physical health. But because of the oils, we don't get ill all the time because they're very supportive. But we use them every day for our emotional health. I have diffuser jewelry, necklaces, bracelets. I apply them to our feet, on our pulse points. We use ourselves as diffusers. If you don't have a diffuser, use yourself as a human diffuser. And also, what also happens when you diffuse the oils into the air is you're purifying the air as well. Okay, so you're cleansing the air of any unwanted germs or things hanging around. If someone comes into your house coughing, you can very discreetly put your diffuser on and they'll be none the wiser, but you'll know that you guys are protected. And these aromatic compounds will stay in the air long after you've turned the diffuser off. Okay. So when you're using a diffuser, you need to use a cool mist diffuser. You don't want to be burning it because that will destroy the therapeutic quality. The doTERRA diffusers are great quality because the plastic that they are made of, it doesn't denature with some of the citrus oils or the more volatile oils. So you do need to be mindful of that. Okay, so we can use the oils topically. This means applying them to the skin. So they act in a localized way. So say, for example, you have a sore shoulder or a sore back, you can apply the oil there. But they also work systemically. As I said, when you apply an oil to the skin, it penetrates in through the skin, into the blood system and into the cells and eventually into every cell of the body. Okay, so I do suggest dilution because everybody's body chemistry is different. So you just need to be careful of that. Following the guidelines is all you need to do. In the books that we suggest, they're so easy to use. Test them first. Use a small amount on a sensitive part of the body, like the inside of the wrist or the elbow. The soles of the feet is a great place to apply the oils, especially for children, because we tend to be less sensitive there, but also the pores are larger and the skin's thicker, but that means the oil is going to penetrate into the blood system nice and quickly. So when you apply an essential oil to the soles of the feet, it usually gets into the blood system in about 20 seconds, and then it will be around every cell of the body in around 20 minutes. So again, you really need to be using a pure oil. Remember, even when you're inhaling an oil aromatically, that oil will penetrate through the villi in your lungs into your blood system and around every cell of the body as well. So however you use essential oils, they're getting into the cells. This is why we need pure oils, and most aren't. Okay, so that's topically. You can obviously also use the oils if you have any kind of skin issues as well. And again, I suggest dilution. We dilute with the doTERRA fractionated coconut oil, but you could use any good quality carrier. It's just that we know with the doTERRA fractionated coconut oil, it's tested to the same CPTG standard. So there's no traces of molds or fungus or anything else in there. It's unscented, it's light as well, it's not greasy. Let's move on to internalization. So this is the really exciting thing about our oils, and it's because we can guarantee their purity. In most cases, many of these oils are very safe and very effective when taken internally. So you can be adding a drop to a glass of water. I'll show you. I've got a fizzy water here with my favorite at the moment, which is tangerine. I just adore this oil. It has lots and lots of health benefits, particularly for women. And it's obviously from the rind of the fruit, which is where most of the beneficial ingredients and chemistry is, interestingly, in the citrus fruit. I love using essential oils in my water because it means that I remember to drink my water and it's much more interesting and exciting. and has lots of benefits as well. I'll go into that in a little bit more detail because I'm going to talk to you about lemon oil in a minute. But you can also be using the oils in veggie caps. So you can get little veggie caps that doTERRA do, or on Amazon. And again, following the guidelines, use that as your shell. Use your book as your shell and the guidance that you receive from us. It's so easy to use these oils. You would just add 1 to 2 drops into your veggie capsule and take that in the same way that you might take a different type of tablet or medication. You won't need any other different type of tablet or medication if you do that and you're consistent with the oils. But also, because of the fact we can use these oils internally, you can have so much fun with them in cooking, in flavoring your food. You consume essential oils in food all the time, every day, without even realizing. But obviously with the doTERRA oils, we know we're getting pure oil, powerful benefits, and they just add a vibrancy and a blissfulness to your food and to your drinks. Quick note on safety. These oils are pure, they're as nature intended, but they're powerful, so we need to respect them. We keep them out of our eyes, ears, and up the nose. We dilute them with a vegetable oil, so you can see there's the doTERRA fractionated coconut, not water, incidentally. My husband, he uses oils a lot. He gets kind of head tension fairly often, and so he finds some of the oils really effective for that. But then often he forgets and he rubs his eyes, and then, I'm not going to lie, it stings. So we suggest you don't wipe out with water, because that can make it worse, because oils and water don't mix that well. You would wipe out with a carrier oil, just with some cotton wool, wipe it away. It's not going to harm you in any way, but it's just a bit uncomfortable for a few seconds. And that's the same with the skin. If you experience any sort of red marks or a sensation that doesn't feel good, wipe off with a carrier oil. And this is what I really focus on as well in my classes. I try to remind people to tune in with their own bodies and to listen to what their bodies are telling them. We seem to have lost that ability, but our bodies tell us so much, okay? And we're all different. So what works for one person doesn't always work for another, okay? So just tune in, be intentional and intuitive. And you will learn as you go. It's easy to learn about the oils. You'll start to feel your way and your confidence will grow. Okay, and the great thing is in the book, it gives us all of these different references. So A, T, and I stand for aromatic, topical, and internal. And then N, S, and D means you can use an oil neat, dilute for young or sensitive skin, or dilute before using topically. So yeah, very easy to follow. Now, doTERRA is a wellness company, okay? So we do lots of different beautiful products, all centered around our amazing pure oils. But what I love is that we don't say, hey guys, you can just eat whatever you like, eat really unhealthy, loads of processed food, drink loads of alcohol, smoke, and not sleep, and you'll be fine because you've got the oils. Of course, that is not going to happen. We really need to focus in on our lifestyles, okay? And so doTERRA created something, it's called the Wellness Pyramid. And at the core foundation of that is nutrition. But then there's other things that we need to address in our lives, like exercise, how we rest and manage our stress levels, the toxic load within our homes. Often there's way more toxins in our homes than in fresh air. Informed self-care, so the kind of toiletries and cosmetics that we're using, and then proactive medical care, so addressing what medication we're taking regularly. And what I love about doTERRA is it forms part of every single step of this wellness pyramid, and you can really be switching out some of the bad stuff and replacing with better choices. But at the core foundation of this, on the subject of internalization, I must mention this product, and this is the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Kit. It's a nutritional supplement. This is doTERRA's #1 best-selling product, actually, and it also offers a 30-day back money guarantee if you don't notice significant results in 30 days, which I think speaks volumes. Now, they don't make much money on this product because it is jam-packed with incredible expensive ingredients, okay? So you've got your 3 different bottles of supplements. Now, I just wanted to add here that I was never a supplements person. Even when I started doTERRA, I was all about the oils, and I didn't think I needed supplements because I eat a really good diet. I eat mainly vegetarian, plant-based, organic always, locally sourced. We grow our own food as well. I'm really intentional about that. So I didn't think I needed any supplementation. However, I realise now that unfortunately we all need supplementation. And the main reason for this is because our food is not what it used to be. Even if you are eating a really good diet, the food does not contain the nutrition that it used to contain. There's a study that it compared an apple in the 1950s to an apple in, I think it was 1998. So it wasn't even recently. And we would need to have eaten 26 apples in 1998 to get the iron that one apple contained in the 1950s, which is just shocking, isn't it? And the problem is our food is it's deficient of the nutrition that it used to contain. The soil is overworked and over-farmed. It's not crop rotated. It's not fresh, our food these days. It's often shipped in, flown in. We're not eating seasonally. It may be picked before it's ripened, so it doesn't contain the enzymes that we need for our body to break it down. So we're just not getting the same levels of nutrition. And we're seeing a lot more chronic illness these days as well. So this is an incredible product that myself and my husband take. I've seen people really turn around their health by taking this product. It's something that I would suggest to anybody that is having anything chronic going on, but even just pain in the body, low mood, lack of sleep, low energy. It just gives you that extra core foundation that you can build everything else upon, and it fills the gaps that you're not getting in your diet. So you have your food nutrient complex there on the left, which is filled with your vitamins and minerals and herbs, powerful, precious ingredients. Then in the middle, you have your Zeomega, which is your essential oil complex that contains your omega oils, your essential fatty acids, and your and that's also in that bottle. You've got 9 of the doTERRA essential oils that we need to be taking every day for antioxidants and immune support. Okay. Then the third bottle on the right is your Alpha CRS. This is your cellular vitality complex. So this is for the mitochondria in the cells, which is the engine of our cells. And this provides the energy. So this is a whole kit. It's called the Lifelong Vitality Kit. It's an incredible product, and I suggest it to a lot of people. So I just did want to touch on that product before we jump in to learn more about the oils. Okay, so doTERRA have a whole range of different products, all centered around the oils. I think we have something like over 80 different blends and other products, and then over 40 different single oils now. It's growing all the time. It's super exciting. But of course, for many of you, if this is your first class, we don't want to overwhelm you. And I always suggest to everybody that we start with the basics and then grow and learn from there, okay? So what I'm going to tell you about this evening is the basic starter kit that I suggest to most people. It's a very, very popular way to start. It's incredibly versatile. And I'm going to talk to you about these oils, why they are different, and the ways that you can use them to support your body physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So this kit that I'm going to talk to you about is called the Family Essentials Kit. It contains 10 oils, 6 single oils, 4 blends, truly beautiful, powerful, 100% pure plant-based magic. So let's jump in. I'm not sure if I can say that compliantly, but it contains magic. Anyway, so I'm going to talk to you about lemon oil. So lemon is an oil that you can be using every day in your water. Obviously, it's very cleansing and purifying. So a lot of people are drinking lemon these days, a slice of lemon in their water in the mornings. However, our oil is from the rind of the fruit, which is where many of the benefits lie. But also because of that, it's not acidic in the mouth, so it doesn't damage the enamel on our teeth. Now, one bottle of 15 milliliter doTERRA lemon oil actually contains the rind of around 45 lemons. So remember, I told you this is a cost-effective solution and very potent. then that's a great example for you. You can diffuse the lemon oil or any citrus oils in the room to promote better mood. It's actually known to be the oil of focus. So it's a great oil to be diffusing for teenagers that are going through exams at the moment. And they just really boost the mood. So if anybody feeling low or down, the citrus oils are a great option. This is also a great alternative to chemical cleaning products in your home. You know, this is something we really need to be cautious of. Chemical cleaners are incredibly bad for us. And what happens is when we're breathing in these fragrance aromas, these synthetic fragrance that are in these products, along with other chemicals, our bodies can't eliminate it, and it builds up the toxins in our body. And a buildup of toxins in the body leads to inflammation and can lead to disease. Okay, but what lemon does is it helps to break down these chemicals and flush them out of the body in a safe and natural way. So lemon is an oil that you can be using on even cellulite, diluted slightly to the skin. It helps to break down toxins, okay, and flush them out. It's very balancing to the hormones as well, flushing out excess hormones that we don't need, that unbalance us. I use it to spray down my countertops and to clean the surfaces in lovely glass spray bottles. Obviously, again, that's benefiting us. It's also benefiting the environment if we're using less plastic. And yes, you can be taking it internally for its antioxidant properties, but also it's great added to things like baking, salad dressings, things like that. Okay, peppermint. So peppermint is very cooling. You might be feeling some tingling on your neck if you applied the peppermint to the back of your neck. I like to use it in the hot weather in a glass spray bottle mixed with some water, and we just spritz that down. It's very cooling and invigorating. I also use it when my children are overheated or hot. I tend to add a drop of the fractionated coconut oil up the spine, and then a drop of the peppermint oil up the spine to cool them down. Sometimes when we're really hot and we're unwell, it's because our body needs to do that. So we rest, so we stop, and that heat that our body gives off is actually helping to get rid of whatever we're fighting. Okay, so this is what's happening there, and sometimes we need to allow the body to do what it needs to do, but support it along the way. So peppermint is beautiful when it's used in sort of food. So I love to add peppermint to raw chocolates, to hot chocolate, to nut milks, things like that. It also, interestingly, helps to ward off sugar cravings. And this really works. So if you're one of those people that mid-afternoon you fancy something sweet to eat, a little bit of peppermint in your water, or even just to freshen the breath, and it really does stop you wanting something else that's not so good for you. Obviously, yeah, it freshens your breath and makes you smell nicer too. You can inhale this oil to open the airways and to support the respiratory system. Peppermint is a great oil for anyone who suffers with allergies. So lemon, peppermint, and lavender, which we'll come to next, they're known as an allergy trio. And I like to use this oil. It actually stops my eyes from itching when I have seasonal allergies. I am a sufferer myself. So I use lemon, peppermint, and lavender on the soles of my feet. I create little roller balls with them. I add a drop or two to a glass of water and take that as a shot. I diffuse these oils. I don't want to take chemical alternatives that make me feel drowsy or knock me out and contain lots of other nasty ingredients. I would much rather use my oils as natural support. So peppermint also is a natural repellent. So great if you don't want visitors visiting you, like spiders, moths, flies, even mice. They don't like peppermint oil. So you can be applying a drop to cotton wool and placing that in the corners of your room or on ribbons. When we go camping and we have bunting, we put peppermint oil on the bunting to repel any mozzies or insects. Hello, I'm back. I'm not sure what happened. You lost me in the caravan, but hopefully I'm back with you. Let me just share my screen with you again. and we can start from where we left off. I was up to lavender. Did you guys get up to that? Did you guys hear lavender? Did you get the end of peppermint? Thanks, Natalie. I can see you nodding. Perfect. Good to know. Okay, so you didn't lose too much of me. Okay. So, lavender. Lavender is very calming. It's obviously one of the most widely used essential oils in the world, very known for its relaxing and calming benefits. You can diffuse this oil into the room to just calm you down before bedtime. I like to have my lavender going in the children's room in their diffusers whilst they're bathing. So when they come into their bedroom, it's a nice calm and positive, peaceful environment. You can apply this oil topically to soothe or dry any irritated skin, perhaps with some melaleuca, which we'll come to in a minute. Massage on the bottom of feet or apply to a drop to the pillow at bedtime. It also brings that lovely connection, the oils. So I love massaging the oils into my children's feet and having that bonding experience. And they do it to each other as well. You know, my children actually, they reach for the oils themselves these days. They know what they need. So, hang on, let's skip forward to lavender. So, you can also be applying this oil to the skin if you have an insect bite or a burn or itchiness. Or stinging nettle stings, anything like that. It's very, very calming and soothing physically as well as emotionally. And I love creating lovely gifts with my lavender oil, perhaps with some Epsom salts in a glass kiln jar with a wooden spoon. People love a homemade gift that comes to them with love and with thought. So this is something that you can really make beautiful creations with the oils at relatively low prices as well. Lavender and melaleuca, incidentally, are fantastic together for any pain in the ears that children might suffer with. I've used these oils with my children when they've woken up with pain in their ears, and it's instantly sent them back off to sleep, and the oils have got to work doing what they need to do to chase away any unwanted side effects. And then by morning, they've been right as rain. No need to reach for anything else. No need to even go to the doctor. And you see, my background before doTERRA is I was teaching music classes to babies and children. And it used to upset me because I would see so many parents just so desperate for solutions for their beautiful children. And yet, they weren't able to find these solutions, and they were going back to the doctors again and again, and they were on round no matter what of antibiotics, and it still wasn't working for their recurrent ear condition or throat condition or chest condition. And then following that, the children are getting dermatitis and skin conditions, and the parents are so desperate to try something, they'll try anything. And this is why I'm really passionate, especially when it comes to children's health, because there are solutions out there. We just need to just jump in and try them. And sometimes one oil that works for one person isn't the first oil that's going to work for you. But if you're committed to your health and your family's health, you will find amazing solutions with essential oils. You just need to just jump in and go for it and give things a try. And if that doesn't work, try something else. But they're really easy and effective and powerful to use. So melaleuca, as I was talking about before, this is tea tree. So this is a wonderful oil. We get through a lot of this in our home. It's a great oil for the skin and for cleansing the face. A lot of people recognize using tea tree for spots and blemishes. You could use it with shampoo or conditioner for a healthy scalp, any itchiness going on there. Apply this to feet and toenails for anything icky going on with those areas. And you won't probably need to reach for anything else. As I said before, you can use with lavender to ease ear pain. To hair care as a repellent for things like nits and lice. You know, I really do not want to be using the over-the-counter stuff for head lice, because you can smell the chemicals in that when you take off the lid. So we use the oils instead, and we've never had any problem. And look, I have long hair. My boys, they have long hair too. So we use a combination of the oils as suggested in the book: melaleuca, lemon, eucalyptus, rosemary in the doTERRA conditioner, and then leave that in the hair, and then comb out with a nitty gritty comb, and we don't have to reach for anything else. There we are. So I am going to send you a lovely video on the use of melaleuca and oregano together. There's a great video that we have of these two bad boys when it comes to a bacteria cell. So if you are new to doTERRA, if this is your first time here, speak to the person that invited you on, or if that's me, please do give me your information so I can send you some of the info that we covered in the class today. And I want to send you this video and some recipes as well. But oregano is a powerhouse of an oil, okay? So if I'm unwell, if I'm fighting something, if I'm coming down with something, and I don't want to use other alternatives, and I want to boost the immune system in my gut as opposed to destroy it, I will reach for oregano. But this is a powerful oil, so you definitely need to dilute this oil, okay? If you're using it on the skin, you would definitely dilute it. You could use 1 to 2 drops in a veggie cap and take that 3 times a day, as opposed to other tablets that you might take 3 times a day. It's going to really help with the digestive support, and also it supports healthy inflammation in the body. So any kind of pain in that respect in the body. I love the fact that these oils, they go to work in the body and do what they need to do, and you could be taking them for one thing and they'll be sorting something else out. So we had one gentleman and he was taking the a combination of oils for his flu at the time, and he was taking them in a veggie capsule, and he noticed that his chronic back pain had gone the next day. So it just goes to show that the oils go into the body and help the body to heal itself from the inside out. If you're applying this to the soles of your children's feet for immune support, if they're coming down with something, you're definitely going to want to dilute and put socks on afterwards. Children, we don't suggest taking the oils internally, but you can be applying to the soles of the feet, and that's still going to be getting into the system and around the body. Okay, so we're going to move on to some of the blends now. So we have the Deep Blue, which is your muscle and joint support. Okay, so this is your soothing blend, everybody. So you can apply this directly to tired joints, rub it on your muscles before and after exercise to reduce discomfort. Use with a carrier oil for therapeutic deep tissue massage. Apply to temples for any head tension, or even to the abdomen for any monthly tension that you might be experiencing there. This isn't really an oil that you would take internally because of the different veggie cap, different cap on the bottle. You can see this is not an oil that contains ingredients that you really want to be taking internally. It's more designed to be used topically. But people with rheumatoid conditions have had incredible responses with this oils as well. And for people with real chronic rheumatoid conditions, there is a product called the Deep Blue Polyphenols, which contain some of the oils in this blend, but not the wintergreen. So you can be taking that product internally as well. Wintergreen is like nature's aspirin tablet. For those of you in the UK, it's for deep pain. It contains helichrysum, which is known as liquid stitches, so incredibly healing to the body. Deep Blue contains blue chamomile, blue tansy. It is actually blue. So breathe. So this is respiratory support, okay? So this is like a natural alternative to a product that your parents might have used on you to apply to your chest, like a vapor kind of rub thing, or to your feet. But of course, this doesn't contain petroleum or paraffin, which is a chemical byproduct. we definitely shouldn't be applying that to our skin and not to our children, because our bodies can't eliminate chemicals. So you would use Breathe oil instead for the respiratory support. Apply to the chest, diluted into the back. Use it in the diffuser, soles of the feet. It supports restful sleep as well. So you could use this oil with lavender in the diffuser at bedtime. It's also a great oil for allergies as well, because it opens the airways, great for any blocked kind of upper respiratory tract issues, as well as in the chest. We have a lot of amazing testimonials with this oil for use with children with severe breathing issues. So this is definitely a great alternative to talk to your doctor or your consultant about if your children have breathing issues and are on medication that you perhaps might want to try and cut down. Obviously we can't make any promises here, but mothers have had great responses with this oil. And remember, it's not all or nothing. It's not like you have to use essential oils or medication. You can be working with your consultant to gently, gradually try and need standard medication as much, and using this oil to support the body to do what it needs to do. So if you are on medication or your children are on medication, I always encourage people to talk to their doctors and to take the oils to their doctors to see what they think, because we are seeing a lot more awareness now within the medical community about, and we're seeing good practitioners wanting to reach and suggest natural solutions themselves. Zengest, okay, so this is digestive support. So this contains a combination of oils that are very soothing for the digestive tract, for upper digestive tract and lower digestive tract, anything from the mouth right down to the bottom, shall we say. So you can take this before or after a heavy meal to help you to break down and metabolize and digest your food. Any digestive discomfort, be it constipation or the opposite, it brings the body back to the balance that you need, okay? I used to like this when I was pregnant and I had sort of acidy, heartburny reflux stuff, and I'd have a drop in some water and drink. It's got aniseed and fennel and peppermint. I love the taste of it. You can even diffuse it. Even inhaling this aroma is going to help you to digest your food, interestingly. And on an emotional level, it helps you to digest life as well, which I love. But yes, these oils bring the body back to the balance, and it doesn't send it the other way. So it doesn't clog you up if you've got the runs, or vice versa. It just brings you back to that level of homeostasis that we're all trying to achieve. Okay, it's a great oil for parasites and things like that with children. You could apply topically to the abdomen, any gas or flatulence or bloating. On Guard. So this is definitely why I first discovered the oils, because I wanted protection for my children. It's like natural defense. Okay, it does help that it smells like Christmas in a bottle. So you've got wild orange and eucalyptus and rosemary and cinnamon and cassia, so really protective oils that ward off invaders. I have this one all over the house. So they do a whole On Guard range: cleaning products, toothpaste, beadlets, laundry detergent, obviously the oil. I diffuse this all the time, especially in flu season, or at that time of year I'll be applying it to my children's feet, diluted every day. And if they're showing signs of being unwell, I do it every couple of hours. If I have pain in my throat, that tends to be my weakness, I will put a drop of this in water and gargle and swallow some. And it's just like natural defense. It's great for cleaning as well. So I have this in glass spray bottles to clean down work surfaces. I spray it over my children's heads. I spray it in their mouths. I clean the toothbrushes with it. You can use it in the veggie gel caps as well for added immune support. It's a very, very powerful oil. We're seeing this in America being used in hospitals, and we're seeing this diffused in schools in the UK too, and they're monitoring attendance rates as well. Okay, so frankincense. I'm going to finish with the best. So frankincense is an incredibly precious oil. It's incredibly potent and very precious. It's actually a very costly oil. If you were to buy this oil on its own, in UK pounds, a 15 milliliter bottle would cost you around £60. Okay, so the fact that this oil is included in the kit, as is some of the other more expensive oils, this is another reason why the kits are a really great starting option. So frankincense is known as the king of all oils. It does so many things, okay? If in doubt, use frankincense, they say. It's powerful cellular support. So I'm not going to go too much into detail there, but what I would suggest is if you're interested in learning about the healing capacity of this oil when it comes to cellular health and what it can do, go onto PubMed, onto that scientific journal, and type in frankincense and the cells and see what comes up, because you will be amazed. And there's more and more scientific studies every day on the healing capacity of this oil. And, you know, well, testimonials are another thing. So it's a very calming oil. A lot of yoga teachers and meditators will use this oil to ground and to calm and to settle. You can apply it to the bottom of the feet or use internally daily to support a healthy immune function. It helps to calm stress and tension in the body. It's a powerful yet gentle oil. So obviously this was the oil that was taken to baby Jesus in the Bible story. When my baby Ziggy was born, we applied diluted frankincense to his crown. He had myrrh oil on his belly button. He was like my own mini baby Jesus. And he was always such a calm and chilled out baby too. It's also, because of its cellular support and healing capacity, it's a beautiful oil to apply to the skin. So you can mix it with your own natural moisturizer or carrier oil and apply that to your face at bedtime, and it helps to fade out any fine lines or wrinkles or scarring. And also because of the calming benefits, it will help you to have a beautifully peaceful night's sleep as well. It's a very, very spiritual oil. It supports inflammation in the body. It has so many healing benefits. It's an incredible oil. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this kit. Now, at the beginning of this class, I promised you that for anybody interested in really intentionally making a change in their lives and bringing these more natural solutions into their homes and upgrading their health, that I would tell you how you can do it. I hope you've learned a lot about the oils. I hope that you feel empowered and educated and inspired to perhaps give them a try yourself. If you are ready, then there are different ways you can do it. So I'll just tell you a bit more now about how it works. So there's 3 different ways that you can buy the oils. Now, you can buy the oils singularly, by the way. As I said before, it does usually work out as a much more costly way to buy. So you can buy the oils retail, but I never suggest that to people. It costs 25% more. You don't get the same support, and that you don't get the benefits that you do from having a wholesale membership. So it's not the best way to start. So I'm not going to suggest that. The way that most people start is they have a wholesale membership. Now, usually on its own, this would cost you £24. But the reason that most people go for the kits is because it's included in the kits for free. So obviously the oils in the kits as well work out as much more cost effective and cheaper than buying them separately. I gave you the example of the frankincense. So the kit we spoke about this evening is the top left kit. It was the Family Essentials kit. It's changed names now. It used to be called the Family Physicians kit. I need to update my price list. So this kit is a great starter kit. It's kind of like your basic starter kit at the very least. This is the kit to start with. It's got your 10 oils in the 5 milliliter bottles. It includes a free metabolic blend as well. And you've got the free wholesale membership. So when you have wholesale membership, you get not only the oils, but you get 25% discount on the oils. You get an account. So when you log in and you want to replace your oils, or you might want to try something else, you'll always get the 25% discount for the year. Okay. After a year, it's only £15 to renew, and you get a free peppermint oil as well. So it's essentially free. Okay. So when you have a wholesale account, I just want to add in, there's no obligation to have to buy every month or anything like that. It's just there should you wish to use it. But on top of this, the value is the support and the guidance. So when you sign up with myself or with anybody from our community, you get a wealth of knowledge and support and guidance and access to our community and our resources. We run several different programs each year. We have a continued learning series, which just jumps you and helps you to dive deeper into the oils and the different ways you can use them. So we teach classes on essential oils for cooking, for cleaning, for using with babies and children, for pets, for pain, for travel, all of these different lovely different topics. And you get access to all of these free webinars, okay, from joining and having a wholesale account. So it's much more value than just the kit on its own. So yeah, that's the Family Essentials kit, top left. Top right, Home Essentials kit. This is actually by far the most popular kit. It's the best value kit. And this is the kit that I actually started with. You've got the same 10 oils, but they're all 15 milliliter bottles, apart from the deep blue, which is always a 5 ml. So you've got your 15 milliliter bottles, and you've got a free diffuser. So you've got 3 times as much oil in this kit, but it's not 3 times the price. It's only double the price. So financially speaking, if your budget allows, this is always the best kit to go for, the one that I suggest. And also I have a little offer on this kit as well, whereas if you wanted to get signed up and started with me this month, you have till the end of the month. If you're wanting to do this through me, and if you've not been guided by anybody else, if you have, go back to them. But if you're doing this through me, I'm going to chuck in an extra balance oil, which is the grounding blend this month. So if that's of interest, that's till the end of the month. And then I just wanted to draw attention to the Family Wellness Enrolment Kit as well, which is the second down on the left. And this is an amazing kit because you've got the best of both worlds. You've got the 10 oils in the 5 milliliter bottles, but also you've got the Lifelong Vitality Kit, which is the nutritional supplement that I told you about. And then you've got a fine smattering of other oils and products as well. So you've got past tense rollerball. You've got the fractionated coconut oil. You've got the On Guard beadlets, which are like mini caviar that you can take internally. I give them to my children. They're like a third of a drop, so less oil. I use them as a natural sanitizer when we're traveling and on public transport. You've got the On Guard foaming hand wash, which is an amazing product, and the dispenser bottle, which foams up. Everyone likes foam, but it's a natural sanitizer, so it doesn't destroy your good gut bacteria, which is your immune system. And you've got the On Guard toothpaste as well, which my children love, and the ready-made On Guard Flu Bomb capsules, which also contains the On Guard blend, oregano and black pepper. For when you need to reach for some defense, some serious defense, that's what you would take. So that is a really, really great kit as well that I like to draw attention to, especially with anybody who's needing that Lifelong Vitality kit and that foundation. And then there are other kits as well, larger kits for anybody that, you know, has a larger budget, who wants even more cost-effective solutions. That works out as much cheaper when you buy the larger kits, and you get points back, free points to spend on whatever you like. And also these are great options for people that are interested in learning about doing what I do. So that brings me on to this. If you've enjoyed the class this evening and you have thought about people that you care about and friends that you know and love who could benefit from the oils, and you'd like to introduce them, you could perhaps think about hosting a class. Myself or one of our community could come and teach a class in your home, and the added benefit there is we bring it all to you. We bring some lovely infused drinks and snacks, and you get free oil for sharing the oily love. So if that's of interest, let us know. We can book in classes to do that. We are taking bookings at the moment, although our diaries are fairly busy, but we would love to come and teach. Then also for anybody who is interested in learning about doing what I do, with doTERRA, most people are just customers who benefit from the oils, who love to use them and use them for the rest of their lives and change their health and their wellness because of them. But obviously there is an opportunity to do what I do, and as well as being passionate about the oils and seeing how they've changed people's lives and their health, I am actually really passionate about the business side of things as well, and supporting the amazing community of people that have come into this, people that want to serve others and support them and embrace a culture of wellness and service and community and live a more purposeful life and potentially a more financially free life as well. And this has certainly been the case for myself and my husband Tim. We've found ourselves now in a position where we are more in control of our lives. We are financially free to have more time with our family, with our beautiful boys, and we're doing something very purposeful that we believe in helping other people. It doesn't feel like selling a tool, it's like sharing something beautiful. So if that is on your mind and you're looking for something else in your life, then get in touch with us. We have a business webinar next Tuesday, the 5th of June, where we will be talking about this in a bit more detail and how it works. If that's of interest, you should definitely log on and find out a bit more, because you could be opening the door of amazing possibility to really be in control and design the life that you choose, and do that through the vehicle of helping other people. So if that's of interest, get in touch with me or the person who invited you onto this webinar, and we can give you the link. So everybody, that is it. I really, really hope that you have enjoyed sharing this evening's class. I really hope that you found it educational and enjoyable. I'm going to stop the recording now and just open up to any questions that anybody might have. I'll just stop the recording and I'll say good evening and lots and lots of love. If you are interested, incidentally, in ordering anything, you need to get back to the person who introduced you to the class this evening. Get back to them so they can send you some information on what we covered in the class, on some videos and recipes, and we'll be able to help you and guide you from there. Okay, everyone, lots of love. Thank you for joining.